Hi, everybody. Happy Tarot Tuesday. My name is Jen. Welcome for all of you. If you're new to Tarot Tuesday, then welcome for the first time. And if you are a regular, then we appreciate you. Thank you for joining us again. Mary is going to be jumping in on the video in just a moment. So I'm just going to ask everybody to kind of sit tight while we wait to get her in. So lots to talk about tonight. Last week I was kind of flying solo while Mary was in Florida. So I'm really excited to have her back. I haven't really gotten to see her or talk to her much, so bringing her on camera right now. So just a moment, guys, and we're going to get ready to dive in. Lots of exciting things to talk about in the energy, lots of exciting things that are happening, lots of shifts, lots of forward movement. So this is a really exciting time. We're wrapping up March. We're getting ready to move into April. And I'm really loving all this energy that's coming in. So we're going to have some fun readings tonight, guys. We're going to pull some tarot cards. We're going to pull some oracle cards. Mine and Mary's cards really kind of speak to each other. They're very compatible. So we're going to kind of get a feel for what we have to look forward to as we wrap up March and move into April. So I'm just waiting on her. And now, for some reason, it's taking a little bit longer. There we go. There she is. There's that
Hello.
fiery redhead that I love.
Hi.
Hi.
Sorry, always technical difficulties. Hi.
Mercury
Hi.
retrograde will be over on the 28th. It's okay.
Always. There's always a new one coming though.
I know. But luckily, all the planets are going to go direct for a little bit on the 28th. Like, not only is Mercury going direct, but like all of the major planets are going to be going direct for just a short period of time until April 10th. But like the first couple weeks of April are going to be really
Nice.
awesome.
And that the 28th is Nick's birthday. So for everyone out there,
Aww.
that's my boyfriend's birthday. So obviously it's going to be huge
So
what happens this next year for him.
it's going to be huge.
Huge. Huge.
Oh, happy early birthday, Nick. We love you.
Aw.
So how are you,
Well,
my
I'm
love?
sorry if I'm lagging or anything. I think I'm doing okay. Can everyone hear and see us all right?
Yeah,
The green light. We're
you're
good.
lagging just a little bit on my end. Nothing crazy, but like at certain points you're like cutting in and out a little bit and there's a little bit of a delay, but it's like not anything totally crazy. So guys, just let us know if for whatever reason you're having a hard time hearing us or seeing us or anything like that. Unfortunately, we always have some technology trolls just getting in our way at the Mystic Mages. This is just kind of the way things go for us, Mercury retrograde or not. So it's all good though, no worries. So, how are you, my beautiful soulmate?
Oh, I'm doing okay. It's been a very interesting last little bit of time here. And I think, I don't know that I'm alone. I think there's a solid number of us out there who are kind of going through a lot right now. I feel a lot of things changing. I think that there's a lot of parts of me are waking up that haven't been awake in a long time or just waking up for the first time. And I feel like there's a lot of transformation going, which is so imperfect with this season and spring and kind of busting through and all of this kind of new growth coming out. But I think I'm really feeling it. So if you guys are feeling it out there too, definitely give us a thumb up, give us some hearts, let us know how you're doing. But it's been kind of an interesting start to this season. How are you doing over there?
I'm in the same boat. Like lots and lots of changes, lots of growth. I'm feeling the same way. Like I feel in one respect I feel the most like myself that I ever really have or that I have at least in a
Hmm.
really really long time. I feel like this is the realest like adult me that I've ever felt. Like I feel like I haven't really felt this like I don't know, genuine to like my soul since I don't know, probably we were like teenagers, you know? Like it's just I don't know, and then you get lost in those murky waters of like
But
partying and drinking and peer pressure and friends and shitty men and like all of those kinds of things and you kind of like lose yourself here and there. You find your way back in
mhm.
different ways. But I feel like it's really coming full circle for a lot of us. I agree. I feel like collectively there's just a big shift. Like a lot of people, a lot of my clients that I talk to, a lot of people that I'm reading for, I'm seeing a lot of like synchronicities and similarities in a lot of the readings that I'm doing, where just in general, there's a lot of like overarching reoccurring themes for everyone collectively going on. So for the population of people that, have either woken up or are, ascending further on their spiritual journey, depending on where they're at in the process, it's just there's all these people that are like, oh my God, I get it now. Like so many people from my life that either like the masks are falling off, the illusions are
Mhm.
shattering, all these different areas where there's like a lot of shakeups going on in people's lives, but in the best possible way. So it's this kind of like order from chaos thing that we have going on right
Mhm.
now, is everybody's kind of like coming into their own and feeling themselves. And I love that. It's such a perfect match. Like we were in Pisces before, which is that like dreamy, romantic, like hippie kind of energy. And now we're moving into
Mhm.
like cheek charge, like fiery, fun Aries. And I love Aries. Like my mom and dad were both Aries, my aunts and
Mhm.
Aries. Like a lot of my really good friends are Aries. So like I am surrounded by this energy a lot of the time. And I just love them. They're always fun. They're always loud. They're always like a little zany, like a
Yeah.
little offbeat. But they're also like really super focused and super honest. Like definitely
Mhm.
like driven people. Like, they're ready for that forward motion. And that's, I think, where we're all at. And again, like you said, like right in line with that springtime energy, that spring
Mhm.
awakening of like all of these little baby seeds that we've been planting. It was like we were in hibernation mode, then it's like tending to our little garden, and now like we're starting to see, maybe it's starting to germinate, or we're starting to get a few little sprouts or a few little buds and
Mhm.
flowers. It hasn't fully popped and bloomed yet, but this is the beginning of something really new and exciting for everyone. I think
Yeah.
everybody's lives are going to be changing in really pivotal major ways that are going to affect
Mhm.
their entire lives.
And it's really funny because, to me, there's really three different types of souls and people. And we don't need to get into all of it, but, there's the no lights, the one lights, and the two lights. Two lights being kind of us people, the more sensitive people. And it's funny that usually stuff is always happening to us two lights, and the no lights and one lights are just, they don't have any idea what's going on. But I see it on all levels. I'm really seeing a lot of no light people, not bad people, just, the average kind of person. They're like, really stepping into maybe the job that they've been looking for a long time, finally getting financially stable. They're not taking a spiritual journey, or at least they don't know that they're on a spiritual journey, but they're really accomplishing goals. So I'm seeing a lot of that. And then I'm seeing a lot of one lights waking up. So it's all of you out there who are just finding us for the first time. Hello, we love you. You're in the right place. That's for all of you who are just finally, you're just out and about on the radio and you hear this word and it pops into your head and you go Google searching and then you find something like this. That's kind of what's happening there. And then I feel for a lot of people who are two lights or above, a lot of those more traditional healer type positions are really digging through the past, it seems. Some serious past stuff is being healed, some serious stuff that like really shapes your entire foundation of who you are incorrectly. I feel like that's what we're healing right now on kind of these people who are used to it and prepared to go on these big journeys. And it's really cool to kind of see how everyone, and I really mean everyone, from the jerk at the coffee shop all the way up to like my mentors, everyone's kind of going through something. And it's really exciting to see because I think there could really be some good change for all of us in the world and our people and our animals. And there's some good shit that could really come from this. And I'm excited, man. It's going to be a good ride. And I think that it's a little just like this time, just like March, at least here in Colorado, definitely New Jersey too. One day it's sunny and one day it's snowing. So we're still a little hot and cold, but we're almost there. We're almost like the tulips are pushing up. We're almost there.
Yeah, absolutely. We're starting to see those like little crocuses starting to like stick their
Hmm.
heads up and like start to maybe reach their arms a little bit. So it's exciting. I
Yeah.
definitely feel that. I mean, this year I think is such a pivotal year, this 3 year. We're about to close
Hmm.
out that 3 month. We're moving out of Mercury retrograde where there's been this kind of pause, this confusion, a little bit of fog, a little bit of, turning inward and reflecting, reevaluating, kind of
Hmm.
taking that pause so that way, we really think things through and really think about the bigger picture of what we really want. And now that that's starting to shift, then we're able to really start marching forward. So actually tonight, the Venus moves into Pisces tonight. So as far
Nice.
as like that, like
Sexy.
lovey, dreamy, romantic energy, like we're all going to have some of that coming through, which is really
Mm.
exciting. So, and of course, affecting our more feminine side, affecting our relationships. So it's really nice. I think it's like a nice compliment, like as we sort of like we've just exited Pisces, we're in Aries season, but we've still got some of that like dreamy, loving, beautiful
Hmm.
energy to kind of give us a little bit of nurturing. And as everything goes direct, then toward the end of the month, as we move into April, it's just, I feel like any question marks that we've had, any areas of our lives where we've like kind of been mulling certain things over, where like we know a big change is coming, we know we want change, we kind of feel the shift, we like sense that it's coming, but maybe we haven't been
Hmm.
totally sure which direction we want to go in yet, or we're not totally sure how the universe is going to reveal that to us. Now we're
Hmm.
going to start to really see those shifts, and we have that like that fiery Aries energy that's going to
Hmm.
like carry us through, eyes on the prize, we're going to get it done. This is like that warrior spirit of like that fiery energy that says like, all right, I'm ready. Like I've known that
Hmm.
I've wanted to do this, but now I'm really ready. Now I'm ready to step into my power.
Right. And I'm feeling this so hard. I was even talking today. I was like, I have all this energy to do this thing. If I could just figure out what this thing was that I need to do, I'm putzing here a little bit and putzing here, and I can't know where the energy is going. So I think now is that perfect time to just trust a little bit. Trust that you're going through like this healing phase, and trust that this really cool thing is coming. But right now you're just preparing. Your energy literally has to grow a little bit for you to fit a little bit more in, just like your pants. If you're gonna put more in there, it's gotta grow a little bit. Otherwise, you gotta get rid of some crap. So those are your choices.
Time to trim the fat, guys, literally and figuratively, just a little.
Just a little bit, unless you want to go up the pants side, but that hurts a little bit.
Exactly. And I think that's what everybody's really kind of been doing, is just taking stock
Hmm.
in what really matters in their lives, what
Yep.
areas of their lives they want to be exerting their energy toward, whether it's
Hmm.
relationships, whether it's work, whether it's their home life, whether it's wanting a change of scenery or wanting to pursue something that maybe has been a thought, maybe something that got put on the back burner. It could just be a hobby, like who knows if it's something new that you want to try, whether it's spiritually related or not. I feel like everybody is like, I don't know, they're losing the fear factor that has been there kind of
Hmm.
like as the driving force. Like you said, even like job wise, it's like so often we get roped into all these, I don't know, like standards as far as what we think we need to
Right.
do, and like, oh, if you're going to be a successful person, you need to have this kind of job, and you need to work this
Right.
hours, and you need to make this kind of money, and you need to get
Hmm.
married by this time, and you need to have kids by this time. And it's like we get all this bullshit that's programmed into our brain that I feel like now people are finally able to let a lot of that go and
Hmm.
understand certain things that like maybe certain wounds that their inner child has been holding on to, certain things from either our childhood years, our teenage years, that like were traumas that kind of stuck with us, whether it's things that
Hmm.
our parents did, that our friends did, just maybe certain things that we went through in school having a tough time, certain wounds that I think we thought we healed and we really didn't. They're coming back up. Mercury retrograde always kind of, brings the past back up for reflection and reevaluation. So I think a lot of that has been happening, and there's been like a lot of triggering and a lot of purging that's going on as a result.
Hmm.
Because collectively we're just, those people who are waking up or who are woke at this point, everybody's moving up, everybody's ascending, and like we're really at a point collectively where these sensitive, light working kind of people, whatever term you want to use, are really trying to anchor into that 5D energy.
Hmm.
They're trying to anchor
Hmm.
into that, that more spiritually inclined, that cosmic, that divine energy, where they're starting to see the bigger picture as far as having a deeper purpose here and figuring out what
Hmm.
that might be, and not really fighting things and forcing things and trying to control things. Like so often we're worried about money, so we obsess over it. Oh my God, I need a new job. Oh my
Hmm.
God, I need a second job. Oh my God, I need this promotion. Oh my God, I need to do this. And it's
Right.
fear, it's ego that's driving that need, where if you just kind of let all of that go and you're actually able to surrender and you're actually able to find that inner peace and trust yourself enough to make the right decisions for yourself, to trust your own inner knowing, then instead of fighting the flow, you're going with the flow. And suddenly all these beautiful blessings start rolling in, this abundance and prosperity and all these beautiful opportunities that you've been chasing for so long and they've been getting away from you. Now, finally, you easily have them in your grasp because you're ready to receive them. You trust that you're going to receive them. You trust that you're strong enough and capable enough that you can make the right decisions for yourself, that you know deep down what you really want and need. So I feel this huge monumental shift that people are really, I don't know, stepping into their confidence, actually
Mm.
really being brave and being courageous. And it's not always easy to be yourself, like sometimes being yourself can be a really
We're
scary
weird.
thing. We all
We
feel
are the
like we're
weirdos,
supposed,
mister.
right? Like we all feel like we're supposed to be this certain somebody,
Mhm.
but that's the beauty of being human, is that we're all unique. We are all these beautiful, unique spirits, and people are really finally starting to embrace that, which is so beautiful.
I'm really excited to see what the cards have to say today. I think they're going to have some really fun, really interesting messages.
I think
And I
so
was trying to,
too.
do some looking in advance, and I'm really excited to see how this is going to go. So I think we're ready to jump off, get some words.
Yeah, I think let's see what the rest of March and leading into April has in store for us. I'm super excited. I feel, I don't know, just all this new energy. I feel I'm just excited for the future. I think sometimes we think about the future and the future freaks us out, like the future can be kind of an
Mm-hmm.
unsettling, unnerving thing that
Mm-hmm.
we're not always, since we're unsure about it, we don't necessarily like it. But now
Mm-hmm.
it's just, I don't know, I feel this huge shift in myself, and I think a lot of people are feeling this way, that it's just like we're ready for it. We're excited to see what the future brings, instead of
It's gonna
looking
be
at life
nice.
as like, oh, I'm old and life is passing me by and I should have done this, I should have done that, I'm running out of time. Instead of all of that, there's like this renewed sense of hope and awe and wonder that like the best is really yet to come, which is so exciting.
That is exciting. It's funny, before you were talking about healing the past, and the only thing I could think about was healing those past haircuts we used to have with the spikes in the back. I hope we've healed those.
That was like a phase of our lives that, like, I mean, I want to
Oh,
revisit
I have
it in
pictures.
certain ways, but as style wise, aesthetically, I hope that we never go back to those dark times because we thought we were
Those
so
dark
cool.
times.
Like, we thought we were so punk rock and just like these
So
scene
cool.
chicks. And I mean, it was
I
like,
should have a
I
picture
don't know if it
here.
was me or Kate or whoever cut off all their hair first, but one by one we all followed suit. And then the next thing you know, we just all collectively as a group of girlfriends all had these pixie haircuts. And I
Such
don't know what
short
the hell we were
hair.
thinking. And it wasn't even just a
Well, I
pixie
think
cut. It was
that
like spiked out in the back and like it was
spiky.
like scene. It was like hipster before hipster existed.
Oh, I don't have any quick access. This is a little bit of your short hair. This is when it was growing out, though.
That was when I was like exiting like the full punk rock gen
Yes.
phase, and I was like moving into more I'm in college and I'm gonna dress slutty phase.
I'm an effing adult and leave me alone.
Right? Oh, those were weird times. College was a weird time. Like for anybody, like God bless you if you were friends with me in college, because I was a hot fucking mess, dude. I just
Weren't we
was
all,
like,
man?
oh man. I mean, I guess it's like kind of just goes with the territory as far as being in college, but Christ.
I think it does. Because you're
I
kind of
think
still a
so.
kid and you're still like figuring it out, you know?
Exactly. So, all good
Oh, I
things.
can't find any of those pictures. Some other time. Some other
That's
time
all
I'll show
right. It's
everyone.
probably for the best for all involved. Frightening, guys. Finally
Anyway,
frightening.
sorry. Tangent. Tangent.
That's okay. So, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
Go ahead. I didn't shuffle yet.
All right, honey. So I am working with my my little mini rider deck that I love, one of my newer decks, and the first card that popped out here is that Eight of Pentacles, which is just so appropriate for right now. You can see that he's just toiling away diligently. He's got eyes on the prize. He's focused on, he's working hard for what he wants, which I think really just I don't know, kind of embodies everything that we've been talking about as far as this, focus on the self and on, self-love and self-care not being selfish but being a necessity. And I think that he's focusing hard, and that's what a lot of us are doing. We're working hard to really manifest that life of our dreams, to get our finances in order, to maybe shift careers if we're feeling unfulfilled, to
Hmm.
really be able to find that balance where we're able to focus but we're still enjoying what's going on around us. So eights are always like an auspicious number. They usually point to some kind of good fortune, some kind of prosperity coming in, some kind of luck, usually a shift in the energy. So, very appropriate for what we're going through right now. And the next card that popped out is this 10 of wands here, which is how I think a lot of us have been feeling as we're kind of leading up to this shift. We can see that like we're almost at the finish line, but it's been a long, hard road. We've been carrying a lot of
Hmm.
baggage around with us. We've been carrying a lot of stuff that isn't ours, a lot of energy that does not belong to us, carrying burdens that are not ours to carry, carrying wounds that are no longer serving us that we need to heal and let go of. Just a lot of things, whether it's from the past or from our present life, that we have just stretched ourselves in way too many directions and we're wearing ourselves thin. So you can see, this guy, he's still going. He knows he's almost there, so he's still going. But he also knows that he really needs to lighten this load. And I think that that's what a
Hmm.
lot of us are in the process of doing. Figuring out what we have time and energy for, how much energy we can allot to these people, places, and things, and what really resonates with us and what maybe no longer does. What relationships are no longer serving us, what hobbies or passions or situations in our lives that just don't feel great anymore. And we realize that it's just feeling heavy. It's not really feeling like a two-way street. It's just feeling like we're getting dumped on, and we're over it. So, and because we're standing in our power and because we're over it and we're finally standing up for ourselves, we have this beautiful Two of Cups energy, which is, I just love this card. This card for me just signifies like the beginning of all good things, of balanced
Hmm.
partnerships, of relationships that are healthy, of friendships that count. So whether this is strengthening the current relationships that you have in your life, or maybe some new person or new people coming into your life that are sort of your soul fam that are going to have your back, that just, they just resonate with you, like they're not just in your life just because there's some sense of duty or obligation or guilt. But it's a two-way street. It's balance. They have both filled their cup first, and so now they have a well to draw from to offer to the other person. They haven't run that well dry. They've spent the time in self reflection. They have spent the time healing. They've spent the time making themselves better. So that way it's the law of attraction. They're just attracting all of the right things now. So this is a great card for friendships, for relationships, for love, for just new beginnings in all respects, and just for balance and for the right things, for it being guided by spirit. It's a really balanced, equal relationship here. So I think that we're all going to be moving into a point in our lives where we're all feeling, I don't know, like we're a lot more grounded. Like we have our feet on solid ground. We know where we're going. If we don't know where we're going, we're at least trusting that we're making the right steps forward, and that we're moving in the right direction, that we're making the right progress. And I had a couple other jumpers pop out. So the next one here is this Two of Swords. So again, here, this is twos. We had two cards that popped out here. So the Two of Swords here, I mean, this usually points to a choice. There's some difficult decisions that
Hmm.
need to be made. There's some choices that are going to need to be made along this journey in order for us to really be able to have this. We need to let go of this and
Yeah.
we need to make a decision here, and we need to keep eyes on the prize and really focus on all the things that are truly important to us. So this is really just a balancing of energies for me. You can see here that, she is wearing a blindfold. So there is a little bit of a sense of the unknown. There's a little bit of mystery involved. There's not having all of the answers yet, but regardless, you need to go off of blind faith and trust in yourself and in the universe to make the right decision. So again, trust what you're feeling in your heart, what you're feeling in your gut. It's all going to be okay because it is still, pretty calm waters in the background. There's a little bit of wave going on, but it's pretty calm overall. You've got the little moon above in the sky. So, the sky isn't fully illuminated. There are still some little questions. The moon reveals and conceals. So there might be certain parts, elements of the unknown that we're not really sure of. But, this definitely points to choices. So we're going to have to make some tough decisions in order to get all the things that we really want. And the last card that popped out here, which I have been drawing this card just all the time, is the Eight of Wands. So I always kind of see this as the arrows of love, as messages coming in. So whether it's romantically in the form of being asked out on a date or hearing from somebody you haven't heard from in a long time, it could be reconnecting with an old friend. It can also just mean super quick moving change. Just either somebody or something rushing into your life. And this is just major change. This is action forward, which is super appropriate for Aries, for that fire sign with this forward progress that we're seeing. So once these things start to happen, this card is an indicate that they're going to happen rather quickly. So be ready, guys. Be ready to embrace the change because once it comes, it's not going to slow down. It's going to come in fast. So hold on to your horses, kids.
No beginnings.
Beginning.
Little tea parties. That's so exciting. I'm really like we kind of talked about, but the cards always reveal the truth. There's so much going on, and it's really interesting how the cards are matching up. You're having twos and seeing eights a lot, and just kind of that, all of that. I mean, it tells the story that we know is coming. It's time to kind of, have to really pick and choose what's important to you and move forward to the success that you're looking for. So that's a really exciting draw.
Yeah,
I like
I
it a
love
lot.
that. I love like the double two and the double eight,
Hmm.
so we've got, the balance, the duality, these like
Yeah.
strong partnerships, these decisions, and we've got this like quick moving energy of, prosperity moving in the right direction, relationships moving in the right direction. So there's all kinds of good things coming in, guys. We just have to continue to do the work. We can't doubt ourselves. We can't stall ourselves. We needed this little bit of pause during Mercury retrograde that might have felt stagnant. Sorry, guys, I was getting a call for a second. So if we cut out for a second, guys. I was getting, I think, a Facebook call. I don't know how that was even happening, but it was happening. But sorry, guys. So this is just exciting. I feel really good about where these cards are at, and I'm always interested to see how our cards sort of speak to each other and kind of reflect
Yeah.
the messages to each other. So exciting.
I did my poll, but I didn't flip them yet. So we're gonna do this together. So the first one I'm gonna go over, and oh, I didn't even get to tell you, but my cards that I always use, my Fairy Oracle love cards, had a bit of a tragic incident.
Oh no.
I know I'm brokenhearted, but I packed them in my suitcase when I was coming back from Florida to Colorado, and of course in Florida it was pouring rain. And I guess some of the way like rain leaked into the like where they keep the suitcases, and everything I had in my suitcase got soaking wet. So all my cards got wet. So they're being like pressed in between books now. So hopefully they'll recover. Yeah. That's what
Oh.
happens when you put fairies in your check luggage and not your carry-on. They get real angry.
I'm not a fan of that,
So
guys.
not a fan. So today I'm using some empowerment cards that I really love too, just to kind of go over what we need for our mind, body, and soul as we go through this journey, as we kind of trim away the fat that's not working for us and really reap the rewards for it. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is our mind. And oh, what a perfect card. This is the Quest card. I'll get that nice and close. And I'll read it to you guys. It says, be bold and mighty forces will aid you. Take action. Good luck favors the brave. And how perfect is that? But I think
Ooh.
the reason why we're specifically pulling this card is because it's our minds. It's not our spirits that knows what to do. Our spirit knows where to guide us, where we need to be next. Our bodies pull us in those directions. It's our friggin' selves. It's our minds that get us caught up so much, and we block our own success in so many silly ways. I have a fear of success. Whenever I get close to it, I always back up a little bit. And that's such a silly thing, but that is all in the mind, and that's fear and that's doubt. So we're going on this beautiful journey in this quest, and we have to be bold. We have to let those mighty forces aid you because they're right there to help you. And I'm really feeling in the energy in the past, we would pull past prosperity cards and we'd get a little bit of an influx and then it would pull back. Or we would pull cards about partnership and balance and we'd find a person that we need to learn a lesson from, not the right one. But I really think the energy now is that the prosperity we're bringing in is a long-term up level to what your bottom line permanently is about to be up leveled. And that partner is going to be that true partner, whether it's a best friend like that one right there, or or it's a family member, or maybe a brother-in-law being added to your family. It doesn't matter, but there's these big lifelong changes happening, and we need to be brave and just trust. And then there's going to be like a dragon energy that comes and helps you. So it's not, you're not flying from here to there on your tiny wings. You got this guy here to support you. And if you can just understand that in your mind, you'll be able to reap that balance and reward that we're really looking for. So the next card that's coming up, and this is for our bodies, and that's really, our physical bodies and our energetic bodies a little bit too. And that's just nature. This card's so beautiful, I can get lost in it. And it says, sometimes all you need is to go outside, breathe the fresh air, and remember who you are and where you want to be. And this card, at least in my mind specifically, really connects to that Two of Swords that you had. A lot of times you don't have all the information. You're blind to all the fine details. And we don't know what to do. We don't know what to choose. We don't know where to go. Well, if you take your little body out into nature and just look up for once instead of looking down at your phone and everything else, look up and see the stars if you're a night person, see the sun if you're, a daytime person, or look at the trees, look at the birds. It does so much to kind of help you make those choices that can seem really hard, because this is a time, just like your cards were saying, fast action, things are coming in. So if you make the wrong choice, holy shit. And there's no wrong choice, of course, but if you make a dumb choice, you're gonna, it's gonna suck a little bit. Don't be an idiot.
Don't be stupid.
There's clear things that are good and bad. I mean, everyone likes to sugarcoat it, and there are no bad choices. You'll just learn a lesson. But it really sucks when you have to date someone for 8 months and learn that they're a crappy person, when you rather just trust your gut and not waste that energy. So if you need information, if you're finding, I just don't know what to do, take yourself out to nature, get some sunlight. And this is just a general health thing. We need a little more sunlight and a little bit more fresh air. That's really important. So then for our soul and our spirit, the last thing that we need is, this is such a beautiful card. Look at that. I love this artist. And it's discernment. So what it says, see the truth of the situation. Use common sense, but don't be fooled. Pay attention. Pay attention. Your institute. I'm stumbling my words, so we know that this is important because it wants me to repeat it a little bit slower for you guys. See the truth of the situation. Use common sense and do not be fooled. Pay attention. Your intuition knows. And it's so true. This is a beautiful the frog. He knows the truth. Or is he not the truth? It's hard to tell sometimes, especially when other people are really excited about an idea, especially when you have a partner, life partner, friend, project partner. It doesn't matter. When you have someone else and they're really excited about something, you can just kind of jump on board without really making the decision for yourself. And I think we've been those people for a very long time where, we're kind of like, yeah, let's do this. I don't mind doing the whole group project by myself. You guys go bowl. I got this, all of that crap that you tend to do. Right now, it's important to not be fooled. That's what this whole Mercury retrograde is really about. Jem, you've said that a few times now. It's about taking that time to not be fooled and to pay attention. There's warning signs, there's hints, there's little details to kind of let us know. Let's not let our souls get confused. And I think this really speaks a lot to some of the bullshit that's out there. Here at the Mystic Mages, we give you the non-bullshit version to help you just lighten up your life a little bit, to not be such a crank, to get out of your stink, and just have a better life. That's what we're about. But there's a lot of people who are out there who only want to sell you things, or they tell you this is the one way that it is and there's no other way that this can be. And I think if you're just awakening right now, you can really get fooled by that, and you can go down a path that's bad for your spirituality. I remember for the longest time just kind of, I wasn't doing this right, or I wasn't doing yoga and I felt really bad. Everyone does yoga. To be spiritual, you have to be yoga and you have to be a vegan. Those are the rules. And that's not who I am. I love doing yoga, but I work on other ways. And it just, just because Lululemon is telling you that yoga is the thing to help you be spiritual, don't believe that crap. Don't be, do your student discernment and really listen to your intuition, hear what it has to say, because those love arrows are coming at you. Things are moving fast. Good things are going to be coming. You're going to be able to tell what you want and what you don't want without someone else's opinion. So those are my little beautiful cards, and I think they really played well to yours. And I do have one more. I don't know if you have more, but I have one more if you, or I can go or you can go.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you go, and I'm gonna
Okay.
pull a card from my mom's deck.
Aww. So
Yeah.
this card is going to talk about relationships. So I pulled a card because I did a relationship video a while ago, and I think some people really enjoyed it. So I wanted to pick a card specifically for romantic relationships, not family relationships. This is romantic. So the card that came out was, I'm probably going to say this wrong, is rhodochrosite. Did I say that wrong?
Oh,
Sometimes I just make up words. Yeah, and this is a
yeah, I think
beautiful, it's kind of, and you can
rhodochrosite.
see it, rhodochrosite or crinsite. I never know how to say it. It's a beautiful, and it's actually pretty native here in Colorado. It's a beautiful crystal mineral that grows in these red and white clusters. So it's actually a beautiful gem. And the card itself is be gentle with yourself. You've been through a lot and need time to heal and recover. And this just really speaks to your love life now, no matter what stage you're in. So if you're just starting out, has it been enough time since you broke up with your partner before you're actually going into a new relationship? Are you going into this relationship in your strength? Do you know what you want? Do you know what type of person you want to be? Are you that person currently? All of those types of important things. If you're someone who's in a long-term relationship, I really feel that this card is speaking to kind of past things. Listen, we've all been through the friggin' ringer in relationships. We know we've been there. They're
Yeah.
horrible. You get out of them and you find the right one. And we know that that is a trend that a lot of us have to go through. So be gentle. Even if you've been with someone for 5 or 7 years, there's things coming up now that are needing to be healed. And there's things that might trigger you, some things that you didn't know still were going to come up. And just be a little bit gentle, both for you and your partner, because they're going to have stuff coming up too. So take a little bit of extra time to really, again, it plays into all these other cards where take a moment, check in. Is this something that's coming up from the past? Is this a real issue? If you've been annoyed with your partner because he's not cleaning up the dishes, is this a new thing or is this an old thing? Is this really him or is there something else going on? Or is it really her who's causing these problems? Take some time to really be gentle with yourself and your partner. And I think your love relationships are going to blossom. The spring always does great for a relationship. So I'm excited to see how everyone kind of transitions into the love energy that spring is.
That's awesome. I love that card. And I feel like it's so appropriate because you're so right. Like springtime, it's either breakup season and everybody's like done.
Yep.
They're like, fuck this person that I've been with. I'm over them. Like I like had the whole winter hibernating to contemplate how I
Hmm.
feel and they suck. Like it's time to move on.
Hmm.
Or it's like
Don't be
this
fooled.
spring awakening and it's time for new
Hmm.
romance. And it's like it's a little bit sexy this time of year. Like it's
It
warming
is
up.
sexy.
Like people are gonna be dressing
Yeah.
cuter, showing a little skin. Like it's time
You
to get
actually shaving your
sexy.
legs again?
Oh yeah,
It happens.
yeah.
March is when it all happens.
It's all happening. It's all happening, guys. I love that. That's such a beautiful card, and I love that stone too.
Yes, they have one of the world's biggest like chunks of it here in the Denver Museum. They have like this little cave of it, and it's
Oh,
absolutely gorgeous. And if you guys ever get a chance, come check it out and then come hang out with me.
very cool. That's awesome. Yeah, great heart chakra stone. Very healing, very nurturing and gentle. And, whether you're moving into a relationship or it's just time to show yourself some love, that's a great stone.
Definitely.
All right. Well, I had a few cards pop out. I was only going to pull one or two, but we got three guys. So they want to talk to me. So, first one that popped out here, beautiful card, Three of Cups. This
Mhm.
card is just, again, we're in a 3 year, we are about to close out this 3 month of March. Actually, the end of this month, it's really going to be another 333 on the 30th. So, there's all this beautiful, like, triple goddess kind of energy going on. on. You know, this is the Trinity, this is the Maiden, Mother, and Crone, the Father and Son, and the Holy Spirit. This is like all those good things, you know, the power of three. We always talk about, you know, the karmic law of three. And this card is just a time for celebrations. This is a time for merriment. This is a time for having fun with your friends. This is for a time for love, celebrations. Usually in a lot of traditional decks, you see like three maidens that are just kind of like dancing with their chalice and they're like dancing around maypoles. They're feeling themselves. It really is that spring awakening where there's like all of these stirrings of all of these beautiful things that are happening. So this is going to be a great time for getting together with friends, for meeting new people, for just this is like parties. This is weddings. This is births. This is engagements. Like this is all the happy stuff. So, and we're going to Myrtle Beach this weekend. So I know we are
Yeah,
going to have a
girl.
whole lot of Three of Cups energy going on this weekend while we're on vacay.
Oh my.
So girls trip. But this is a great
It's gonna be
card,
a lot of
guys.
fun.
So take this as a really great sign that things are moving in the right direction. So make sure that you're finding time for fun. This card is all about fun. Like we
Hmm.
do have to focus, we do have to work really, really hard, but we have to make time for this fun. It cannot be all work and no play. So enjoy yourself, guys. Like this is what it's all about. Like we're not here to just work and then die. Like we're just not. So enjoy it, guys. Enjoy the
Oh.
adventure, enjoy the ride. There is so much awesome abundance that is coming in the month of April. So stay tuned, guys. There's going
Hmm.
to be so much to celebrate. And along with that, this is such like a dreamy romantic card. I love this card.
Ooh.
This is the Knight of Cups. And you can see he's just his cup is full and he is offering it up, you know. He is just offering
Yeah.
that. So there might be an offer of sorts coming in. It could be a job offer. It could be an offer for romance. It could be a new friend. Again, cups tend to deal with romance and the emotions and relationships, can be a friendship or a work relationship as well, however. So just this card is, again, it's good news. There's
Hmm.
going to be a positive offer coming in. This is somebody that you can trust. This is somebody that's an ally. This is somebody that's going to have like good news for you. So whatever area of your life it pertains to, it could be male or female, just know that like this is like a beautiful card. Like this is that kind of like knight in shining armor sweeping you off your feet. This is that great news you've been hoping for. This is that job offer you've been hoping for. So, again, guys, lots of beautiful energy, lots of new beginnings. So, make sure you are trimming the fat and cutting out the bullshit.
Hmm.
I always see this card as cutting through the bullshit, cutting through the illusions. You know, it's like they're wearing that blindfold. They're not totally aware of where what everything is yet and where exactly the
Hmm.
cards are going to fall. But this is a card of cutting through illusions, cutting through deception, of choices, of decisions. So make sure that you are doing that so that way you can have all of these awesome celebratory times ahead
Yes.
with whoever this handsome man or beautiful woman might be, whether it's romantically or not.
Or handsome woman.
So really excited. Exactly. Hey, you never know. It could be a friend, could be a job offer, could be a mentor of some sort. But either way,
Right.
there's going to be an offer that's coming in. So we like that. We like that good news, those messages coming in. And the final card that came in, this is such a great card. I mean, this is the Six of Pentacles, guys. This is the gift card. You know, this is literally like a card of charity,
Oh.
really. In traditional decks, you know, we see this as the wealthy noble merchant who is basically, giving handouts to some of the peasants, that it's charity, it's philanthropy, it's an inheritance, it's unexpected money, it's unexpected
Hmm.
generosity. It doesn't have to necessarily be financial. It could be in terms of love, in terms of security, in terms of a place to live, of a job.
Your
But
time.
yeah, totally. But this is such a beautiful card. This is presents, this is gifts, this is unexpected good news. This is a change in fortune, a change in luck. This is just, I mean, so many great cards here, so it's just obviously spirit, the universe is trying to tell us to like just breathe because it's all about to get
Right.
really, really, really good. But we have to put in the work. We have to put in the
How many
work.
more cards could we take? Like, I don't think that we have any more cards that mean the same thing anymore.
Right? Seriously. I mean, we have to put in the work. We have to let
Hmm.
go of what is no longer serving us and really create that energetic space to be able to welcome in these new beginnings, these new relationships, these
Hmm.
new opportunities, these beautiful situations that are coming into our lives. So make the tough choices, guys. Make the decisions that you have to make. You know, you might have been putting them off. You might have felt confused, but if you can really just take a little time to quiet your mind and look within, you know the answer deep down. You might not want to know the answer, because it might be a little bit painful or it might be like a difficult decision to have to make. But you know the answer deep down. You always do. So just trust yourself, guys. Don't be afraid to trust yourselves. And just get ready, guys, because it's about to happen. Shit just got
It is.
real. Like, it is all flowing
Right.
in. All of this beautiful energy is flowing in and it is flowing in fast. Fast, fast,
It is.
fast. So just get ready, guys. Like, April is not going to be a month for sitting around. It is not going to be a month for just kind of coasting by. This is a month for getting shit done. This is a month for really
Hmm.
putting these plans into action. So if you want to see all this abundance and all this prosperity rolling in, get ready, guys. Just do the work, just trust yourselves, and it's all happening. It's all going to be a beautiful thing.
Right. And I think a lot of times what helps me is kind of looking back at these cards and how, you just summed it up so well. And then what is the work? What do we need to do that? And that's just having a little bit of trust. That's knowing that these things are coming, knowing that all that prosperity and abundance is on its way, and just like letting the universe help you for once. Like, just let the bad boy take the bags, okay? Like, you don't have to carry 900 of them up to the fifth floor of the lot from, the hotel. Just let him take the bags. Just like let someone, just trust that, that your bags will make it there and it will be okay. And then making sure that you're looking at every opportunity, because so many opportunities will be coming at you. You need to be able to choose the right one. Like, don't, like, it's why these things pop in my head at the buffet. You don't just start at the first edge and grab the first six things. You walk around and criticize everything at the buffet and say how that looks stale and then pick what you want. Do that in your life. Oh my God.
For real.
And then when you need that space and you need that clarity to kind of help you get to the next spot, that's just taking some time being in nature, whether that's sitting in your bathtub, if that's talking to one of your plants, or actually walking outside in nature, just making sure that you have that space, that natural grounding space to help you make those choices. And those three things will get you everything that Jem just promised. I promise.
It's all good things, guys. There's just, this is also a sign that, certain cycles in our lives are coming to an end.
Hmm.
So whether it's karmic cycles, whether, this was a lesson that you needed to learn, but that karmic debt is paid at this point. The lesson has already been learned, the debt is paid, and it's time to move on. And that can be relationship wise, it can be with a partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. It can be with family. Many times there are certain people that we are so inundated with what they want and what they expect of us that we kind of lose ourselves and we sort of start drowning in all this kind of stuff.
Hmm.
And this is a time now, again, as we are moving forward and we're really kind of anchoring into those 5D frequencies, that these karmic cycles are coming to an end. So for a lot of you, you're going to be, if you haven't seen the shift already, with certain relationships coming to an end, with jobs coming to an end, living situations
Hmm.
coming to an end, whatever the case may be in your life, friendships, you're going to be seeing it. It's going to be revealing itself. April, especially, and moving into May is really going to be setting the stage so that we have like really kind of like that fresh start as we move into the summer. Like, I definitely see that by like summer solstice, we're gonna like we already feel like that brand new us, but we're gonna have like totally stepped into it and been like, oh my God, it really all happened. Like, I trusted that it was all gonna
Look,
happen and now it's all here. So
I
super
trusted
good
and look
times
what
ahead, guys.
happened.
It's so true
Absolutely.
though, Yeah, we got to just
It
trust.
is.
We got to just have a little bit of faith, and it's easier said than done sometimes, but it's so true that,
For real.
like attracts like. So if we're able to stay in the right headspace, if we're able to energetically hold space for all of those beautiful blessings to come in, if we're able to sort of view life that, these blessings are coming to us, or that we already have them. We've already received them. They're already here. And we're
Hmm.
just living in that mind space instead of living in that place of fear, that place of worry. Is this going to happen? What if it doesn't happen? All those kinds of things that are fear based, that are ego based. We've said this a million times, but, fear and love really can't stay in the same place. They really can't. They're polar
Hmm.
opposites. So, fear is all ego, and love is spirit. So really on the other side of that fear is so much love. So we just have to push through any lingering doubts, fears, like any of those little things that have kind of been holding us back. And we might have little wobbles in confidence here and there, and that's totally okay.
Hmm.
But we have to be able to really maintain being grounded and really trusting in who we are, and having those like 2 feet like firmly planted, that we've got this.
Hmm.
We can't doubt ourselves. We can't, think about, what so and so called us in grade school, or, like what our bully used to do to us, or, how our parents used to tease us, or whatever the case may be. That like there's certain things that over time get kind of embedded in our heads, where we start to see ourselves in these negative ways instead of seeing ourselves
Hmm.
for the beautiful beings that we actually are, and for how strong we really are, and how smart we are, and how capable we really are, and how special we really are at the end of the day. And maybe it sounds corny,
Yes.
but it's true, guys. We all have individual, unique things about us that are strangely beautiful, and they don't have to be everyone's cup of tea, because they're uniquely you. So it makes
Hmm.
you who you are. So you got to just own it. And if you're really coming from that place of authenticity, that place of truth, that place of letting that fear go, and just surrendering to what could really happen if I was 100% being myself, and just wait and see how you just attract all these beautiful blessings, and how everything starts to kind of, I don't know, seamlessly fall into place. It doesn't, have to be this chaotic overthrow, because nine
Hmm.
times out of 10, when you're really like vibrating at your highest frequency, your true frequency, with what really resonates with you, the things that no longer resonate start to pick up the fact that you've changed, and they know that they don't really resonate with you. So they tend to kind of rid themselves from your life. Not always. There are sometimes certain either people or situations that try to hold on, that they kind of have claws dug in, and they're trying to hold
Hmm.
on for dear life, because they can't let go. They can't relinquish that control. They can't relinquish that ego. So it's not to say that it's all going to be peaceful transitions, but 9 times out of 10, if you're able to just speak your truth with compassion,
Hmm.
and you're not coming from a place of being argumentative, or defensive, or whatever the case may be, usually it's going to be kind of a peaceful, like, okay, like, love you,
Hmm.
but you've kind of served your purpose at this point, and that's okay. You can't bring everybody or everything with you on this journey, and that's okay too. Again, don't be afraid to lighten the load.
Right. And I think that everyone has kind of a bad idea of what fear and doubt are. They're these evil things. You have to just like turn them off and don't listen. And if you know anything about kind of energy or and that stuff, you know that when you don't pay attention to something, it just gets louder. So that's not what you should really do. Fear and doubt are amazing gifts given to you that let you know where you have a place to heal and give you a choice to either overcome or succumb to kind of the current energy. So when you fear, oh my God, I want to buy this house, but am I ever going to have a down payment? That's a beautiful fear, because then you have the choice to either trust and believe, but you also have the choice to relinquish your power to that fear. So as these fears and these doubts come up, be appreciative that you have these opportunities to heal some past pain and some past trauma and make a choice that's different. We're human, we get to choose, and that's something that is really cool. That's what makes us really what we are all these choices. So choose to
Absolutely.
overcome your fears and doubts so that you can really, choose what's right for you and live in that aligned life.
Absolutely. I think so often, we go through certain traumas and certain things in our lives. We kind of let that trauma define us. We
Hmm.
sort of get to a point where we don't really understand. We don't remember what life was like before that. We feel that it
Hmm.
changed us or impacted us in such a way that we hold on to it, and we use it to justify certain behaviors, certain decisions. So this is a time for really like looking at the patterns that you have in your life for better or for worse. Where am I constantly drawing in abundance and where do I have blockages? Is it with money?
Hmm.
Is it with relationships? Do I constantly find myself in dead end jobs or feeling unfulfilled in my job? Like whatever the case may be, we have certain patterns because, as Mary said, the universe is going to keep serving up the same lessons until you learn it. Like you can run away
Hmm.
from it all you want, but
Yeah.
until you acknowledge it, until you actually have that light bulb moment that says, oh my God, this is why this hasn't been working for me in my life.
Yeah.
Like, until you can have that light bulb moment and like have that acceptance about yourself, and be able to view it from a place of nurturing and compassion and not a place of judgment where you're angry at yourself for it or you hate that about
Hmm.
yourself, but you just can acknowledge it and heal it and let it go and understand and not judge yourself for who you had to be at different times. It's like when you'll do better when you know better, and you just have to
Hmm.
allow yourself to be able to acknowledge those things, to let them come up. So again, pay attention to what's coming up for you right now. Pay attention to what patterns you have in your life for better or for worse. And you can even list them out. You could journal them and try to figure out, okay,
Hmm.
like this is where I consistently have good luck. And this is where, I consistently struggle. And, let's think about those things and how we can really change them and what we're doing. Like you said, we fear success, we fear love, like we
Hmm.
fear all these beautiful things because we either have self-worth issues that we feel we're undeserving, or we're afraid that we're going to get
Hmm.
hurt because we've gotten hurt in the past and we don't want to get let down. It's like we'll tell ourselves all manner of lies if it will save us some heartbreak in the end a lot of the time,
Yeah.
which is such a
Yeah.
self-defeating, awful way to live. And again, like Mary said, just, be thankful for those lessons that you're learning. Like the tough
Hmm.
times do really make you stronger. Instead of harboring things and feeling resentment
Yeah.
against certain people or certain situations, acknowledge it for why it happened. Don't have that poor me attitude. Don't have that
Hmm.
victim attitude that says, oh, well, why does this always happen to me? I don't know why this always happens to me. Like, girl, I'm sorry. If it always happens to you, it's you. It's not anybody else. It's you. And
Yeah.
it's just the truth. Even I have like my family kind of like jokes around sometimes and they'll talk about the Valiant family curse. And it is such a self-defeating, awful thing. And I know they're saying
Hmm.
it jokingly. Like I know that they're joking around. But at the end of the day, it really is up to us to break certain like generational
Yeah.
curses, certain toxic family patterns, certain dysfunctional
Hmm.
patterns that, just become part of our existence. And, we're kind of brought up with them and we're just like, I don't know, we
Yeah.
just kind of grow up accepting them as being okay when maybe they're really not. So being able to acknowledge that and being able to say, like, no, like the buck stops here. Like, I am not going to perpetuate this bullshit any longer. It's not going to fester. It's not going to be allowed to rage out of control any longer. I'm putting an end to it. And however that may be, that you need to decide to put an end to it. But it's really on us to make those decisions for things to be better at the end of the day.
Yeah. It's our make our life. So don't make shitty choices anymore. Take care of yourself, girl. Or
Exactly.
boy. Sorry.
Yeah,
I always just say girl. But
it's just a time. I know. We kind of always like, I don't know, we pigeonhole ourselves in that way because we can't help it. We're women. It just is what it is. We're
right.
just the girls, but we're like totally happy for
Okay.
all of the male viewers that we've been having as well. It's so exciting.
Yes.
Sometimes on this spiritual journey, sometimes men get a little bit put off by it, or they might have an interest
Right.
in it, but they're like sort of afraid to acknowledge or express that interest. So shout out to all of the awesome men out there who are trying
Yes.
to better themselves. And, wherever you're at on your journey, kudos to you for just having an interest and for like really just kind of,
For
if you're
real.
just starting to test the waters or if you're like deep in the journey, like kudos to you, especially for men. I mean, I think as women, we're always like, oh, being a woman is so hard. It's so hard. And it is. It's hard. Being a
It
woman
is.
is hard, but being a
It's hard for
man
everyone.
is really, really hard too. Like men are
Yeah.
taught to just suck it up from childhood and to just be brave and
Mhm.
be strong and shove down those emotions,
Right.
So
Don't you cry, boy.
it's a lot harder, I think, for men to be on a spiritual journey because they are just
Mhm.
programmed and conditioned, like from childhood, to just not really
Yeah.
be so inclined in that direction and not be as in touch with their feelings or their spirituality. So, kudos to you guys. I'm like super excited to see
Yeah.
all of these strong men who are like taking the time for self-reflection and healing. Like that takes balls, like it does. So
It
cheers
does.
to you guys for being on that journey. It's really, really exciting and really refreshing to see.
I think we definitely pull in the masculine because it's pretty clear that we have some masculine energy going on. I've always definitely leaned a little bit more towards that than the feminine energy. So it makes a lot of sense. And it's funny, I have a number of guys in my local area that we hang out and, band members and stuff like that and talk about this type of stuff. And it's funny to see like what words they're comfortable with and what words they're not. Like they'll come up here and be like, "Oh, can I play with your rocks?" And I'm like, "Well, they're not rocks, but sure." And just like funny, like just small little things. So if you have any of those, go ahead and let us know in the comments because I think that's funny. Like my boyfriend, he always talks about my where is it? My pendulum, there it is. And he's just kind of like your like swingy thing, the thing that does the thing with the energy and the swing. And I'm like, yeah, that thing,
The thing though, that thing.
the thing. So use the words that you feel comfortable with. Tell us hi. Let us know who you are. We love that so many are finding us and getting to be a part of this. We do Tarot Tuesday every Tuesday. So we're doing it 8 o'clock Eastern time, 6 o'clock Mountain time now to kind of make it a little bit later for you guys. So let us know. Let us know what you like, what you want to read about, and let us know what your sign is. Say hi to us. Drop us a message. We love getting to know you guys and getting to invite you into our community and give you some really no bullshit enlightenment.
Yeah, and happy Aries season, guys. For all of my Aries out there, happy birthday month or almost month,
Mhm.
depending on where you're at. So if you're in Aries, drop us a comment, let us know. The next time that we meet, actually, we're gonna have to figure out. I'm hoping maybe we could do like an early Tarot Tuesday together before our flights
Ooh,
home on Tuesday, so
that's
maybe
true.
we could
That's
switch it up
true.
next week and do like a morning tarot and coffee kind of
Mhm.
deal, so that we're
I
able to
like
like
that.
actually do Tarot Tuesday together in person. So we'll keep you posted on that, guys. We got to like check out our flights and figure out like what time everybody's going to
Yeah.
be around. But I know I at least am not going to be around on Tuesday night next week, so we will keep you guys posted as far as next week goes.
Hmm.
What our plan is going to be, but then moving forward, I mean, we're gonna have the new moon next week too. So we're gonna definitely
Yeah.
have some videos coming at you. We'll be hanging out.
Yep.
I believe April 4th is the new moon. So that would be Thursday then. So all good things. So there's gonna be lots to talk about. So we'll keep you guys updated on our next Tarot Tuesday for next week, or if we're gonna maybe switch it up and do a little new moon party or something like that. So we'll keep you guys posted as
Yeah.
far as next week goes. But generally speaking, every Tuesday, 8 o'clock, guys. So thank you so much for joining in.
Yeah. We'll talk to you guys soon. We love you. Bye.
Bye, guys. Have a great night.